Okay, so let us start with the exercise on loops, okay, for while and do while. Once we have already done the theory, let us do some practice questions, okay. So if you see the very first loop, you might feel the answer is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would have been the answer if there was no semicolon, right? But there is a semicolon, then we know that it creates an empty loop, which means this for loop is inside with a empty loop, which means this is outside the for loop now, right? If you are not aware of the conditions, please watch the previous video. So what will happen? The loop will run from 1 to 5 and it will exit at 6, but the 6 is also not the answer. The answer is actually compile time error. Why? Because you are trying to print I. Okay, you are trying to print I, but you have declared I inside the for loop. Since the declaration of I is inside the for loop and this I is outside the for loop now, so it will be variable out of scope because this is not declared globally, right? So you will get compile time error. Okay. So similarly, let us see on the next question. For if I equals to 0, I less than 3, I plus 1, which means we are understanding here that if there is no curly braces, then only the first line is considered inside the for loop. If there are no curly braces, only the first line is considered inside the for loop, which means this line is outside the for loop. So it will go to 0, 1 and 2, so it will print 0, 1 and 2, and then it will come out of the loop and then it will just print I. It will just print the character I and not the value because it is inside double quotes. Okay. Similarly, let us move forward to the next question. What is happening here? Here your initialization is 1, so this will run only once. The I value will initialize to 1. Then it checks the condition is true, it comes inside, it will again increase the value, so the value will become 2, then it will print the value is 2. Then it will go here, it will increase the value to 3, the condition is still true, it will come inside, it will again increase the value to 4, and then the value 4 will be printed, right? After that the condition will become false, so 2, 4 is the answer. Correct. See, again there is a semicolon, right? But this time you have declared I on above, so it is not inside the for loop, so this time the variable will not go out of scope. So what will happen? This loop will run 5 times, it creates an empty loop, it has nothing to do. 5 times it will run, it will do nothing. Once it comes out of the loop, the important point is you have to understand that it comes out of the loop when the condition fails. And when will the condition fail? When the value of I will become 6. So that time it will come out of the loop and then it is going to print the value as 6. We have already discussed that in for loop everything is optional. So if you don't have the initialization, if you don't have the condition, if you don't have the increment decrement, there is no issue. Okay, so when you don't have anything, then the loop is considered as true. So it is considered as true, which means this line will keep getting printed for infinity. Okay, so similarly, if we come across here, see, you are having integer here, initialization here, and in place of increment decrement you are having system.print also. So it will work similarly, it will not give you error. Okay, what will happen? Your 1 is here, it is the condition is true, it goes inside, there is a semicolon, which means it has nothing to do. So it will come here now to increment decrement the value, but before decrementing it is seeing that it has to do system.print also. So what it has to print? It has to print plus I. So the value of I is 1, it has to increase the value and then print, so it will print 2. Similarly, again the condition will be checked, it will come inside, nothing to do, it will come here plus I. So 3, 4 and 5 will be your answer, right? Similarly, let us discuss on this one. What we are trying to achieve here is, here we have something called as a nested loop, right? Nested loop means you know how does a nested loop work. So how it would work is, first your outer loop is executed. Once the condition is true, it goes inside the next loop. Okay, and if this condition is true, it will go inside this body. Until and unless this loop fails, it will not go back to the outer loop. Correct? So what we are saying is, we are having 1 here, it is less than 3, the condition is true, it will go inside. Again we have j also 1 here, so both are 1 1, the condition is true, it will come inside, and what it is printing? It is printing the value of I. The value of I is now 1, so it will print 1. Okay, then it will go here and do j plus plus, so the value of j will become 2. 2 is less than equal to 2, the condition is true, it will come inside, it will print I. The value of I is still 1, it will print 1. Then j will become 3, the condition will become false, it will go to I plus plus. Then I will become 2, it will come again inside, again j is 1, again j is going to 2 times, so 2 2 and then 3 3. Cool. Similarly, you can have these as well. You can have your A, B, C as well. Anything you can use inside the loop. Only the thing that you have to keep in mind is how this loop is executing. Means this guy is going to, this is the initialization, right? This is initialization. So this will work only once. This is your condition. So this will be kept, this will keep getting checked, right? And this is your increment decrement part. Okay, so what happens once initialization is happening? This line will run only once. So system.print A will be printed only once. Then condition will be checked. I is less than 3. Yes, I is less than 3. Condition is true, it will go inside. It will increase the value of I to 1. But it has to print B. So it will print B. And then it will go here to increment decrement. It has to print C. So it will print C. Now again it will come here to check the condition. It has checked the condition is 1, the condition is correct, it will come inside, it will again print B, again print C, again the condition is true, it will again print B, again print C. Okay, you have to just understand how the looping works. Okay, how the looping works is first initialization is done and this runs only once. That we had already discussed in the theoretical class, right? Runs once, runs only once, it will run only once. Okay, so it will run once, then it will go here, checks the condition. As soon as the condition is true, it will come inside. And then what you're doing in the inside, you are increasing the value to 1. Then after that, whatever work you have to do, you are doing. You are printing B. So after A, the B comes. Then it will go here. C comes. Then again it will check the condition. The condition is 1 less than 3. Condition is true. It will come inside. It will again print. It will again increase the value. It will again print B. Again it will print C. Again the value will be increased. So what is the value of I? Right now it is 2. So it is 2 less than 3 is correct. It will come inside, again B and C will be printed. But while that, they are also increasing the value to 3. So next time the condition will become false. So now no more printing will happen. Correct. Similarly, if you have something as a while loop, right? If you have a while loop, so what you would do is you will again this is your initial value while I is greater than 0, which means the condition is true. It will come inside and it will print first because it is seeing the variable first. If you are confused in prefix postfix, watch my lecture, you will get clarity in just 5 minutes. Okay, you have that video already there. So what we are trying to do is int 5 equals to, so you have 5 and your 5 is greater than 0. Yes, it is greater than 0. It will come inside, it will print 5 and then decrease the value. Then it will become 4. Okay, greater than 0, 4, 3, 2 and 1, right? Similarly, you can solve this, try to solve this yourself. Okay, similarly here, if what we are trying to do here, we are dividing the value of 5, which means I is 10, I is greater than 0. Yes, it is greater than 0. Then we are doing it 5, right? And then next time it will become 1, right? It will become 2 actually. So 2, so 5 and 2 will be the answer, right? So this is how you can solve this. Okay, important thing is here, this one, if you see clearly, actually this one, if you know break and continue from the previous lecture, then you might feel that the answer would be something called as 1 2 3 4 6 7 8 9 10. But actually this is not the answer. Okay, because in exam we should not do anything blindly. Okay, try to understand one thing what is happening here. Okay, try to understand one thing that is happening here. What I have done is, so see, it will print. Okay, it will print 1 2 3 4, no issues. As soon as the value becomes 5, see what is happening. As soon as the value becomes 5, it goes, as soon as the value becomes 5, it goes to continue. As soon as it goes to continue, what does continue does is, it will skip the iteration of the loop. So it will skip this whole part. This whole part is inside the while loop. So it will skip and come to here. As soon as it comes here, it is just seeing what? It is seeing if I is less than 10. So I is less than 10. I is less than equals to 10, and what is the value of I is 5. So the value of I is 5 always. The value of I is 5 always, because there is no I plus plus written here. There has to be an I plus plus written here as well. Okay, then only this would have printed this. But since I plus plus is missing at this point, that is why your I value is not increasing beyond 5. It is stuck at 5, and this continue is always getting executed. And continue means it is going here, again checking it is correct, again coming here, again going, again checking, again coming here, again coming here. So after this point, it will become infinite loop. Okay, let us try to solve this. Okay, so suppose if you want to solve this, a do while loop. So you know what, how does a do while work? So it will first print and then check the condition. So value of I is 1, so it will print I. First I is printed, then the value is incremented, right, internally. Then there is a space and then the condition is false. So it will just print 1 and come out of the loop. Great, cool. So moving forward in our discussion, so how do you correctly use it? Okay, so to correctly use it, you will actually have to bring I plus plus first. Okay, okay, what did I do? Just a second. You'll have to increment first and then write that plus plus statement. Okay, so you should have something like this. Understood? So now you have two lines, so you will have to use curly braces also, right? So you have to increment the value first and then use continue, or else if your increment value is below and the continue statement is above, what will happen? It will see the continue statement first and it will go up and again come inside and again see, and it will keep going up and keep going up. Okay, the value of I has to be incremented first. If this is the case, then you will get this as the answer. The 5 will be skipped, or else what will happen? After 5 the loop will become infinite. Okay, so this is called clarity of thought and concepts. Okay, so you should try to solve all this and get yourself acquainted with this. Okay, because loops is an important one and one MCQ question from here is for sure guaranteed. Cool. So we understood all this, and for a break and continue, I have made a different video altogether. Try to just watch that and get your concept clarity. Okay, and now what we'll start doing, we'll start doing our programmings as we are now familiar with all the basics of Java. Okay, okay, thank you.